Hello, and thank you for joining me for this reading. We are going to be taking a deeper look into what impact and impression you leave on others, what some of your gifts are, and how have you potentially changed some people's lives. Now, please remember that this is a general reading, so not every message will be meant for every person. But go ahead and take some deep breaths, maybe meditate on these cards for a little bit, and choose a group with your intuition. This is group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. And you can skip to your chosen group by finding the timestamps in the description down below. And let's go ahead and get started with group number 1. Okay, this reading is going to be for those of you that chose group number 1. We are going to be looking into what impact and impression you have on others, what your special gifts are, and how you have changed other people's lives. I will set this is such a beautiful stone. I will set it over here. And let's go ahead and get started with your reading. Okay, we have the 3 of Wands, the Mother of Swords, the World, make sure these all fit in frame, the World, and Mother of Cups. Okay, so what do we have here? Right away, especially with this 3 of Wands, I'm getting that you have a strong sense of self. You have strong values and morals, and you are very independent. You're a very independent person, and you have a strong intuition. Very strong intuition. In fact, you are very intuitive and possibly even have psychic abilities, especially with this Mother of Swords, Mother of Cups, even the World. Every one of these tarot cards laid out here points to some sort of intuitive or psychic abilities. So that is very special. You definitely have some strong intuition, so make sure to listen to it. Follow that gut feeling. And with the Mother of Swords, you are very smart and knowledgeable about many subjects, and people come to you and they ask you all sorts of questions. They trust you and they want your advice. You might find that people are venting to you a lot about maybe their issues, and that is because you are so open and intuitive and welcoming, and you give really good advice. You are so wise. You're very wise, and you might be clairvoyant even. You might be clairvoyant. This is an all-seeing card, so you might have clear seeing. And the message here is also that you've been through a lot, but you always bounce back. And people notice that, and you inspire a lot of people because no matter what life throws your way, you stand back up and you go after what you want and you work hard. And another message that just came through is that for some of you, you may recently be widowed or divorced, so you might be dealing with that. And those types of situations are very hard, but so many people go through losing a loved one or separating from a very important relationship, where I feel like you are just setting such an example for the people who surround you that are also going through the same issues that you are currently going through. I feel like you are setting such a good example for them, and that you're really helping others deal with their losses as well. Yeah, I feel like you are just very content with what you have. You don't complain a lot. And you just kind of, again, you take what life throws at you and you just take it in stride and you deal with it and you move on. You have so many opportunities coming your way too. The Mother of Cups, yeah, very strong natural psychic abilities. And you are also a very gentle and tranquil person, which again, with your those traits paired with your wisdom. Also, look at these two mothers. You are a very open person, and people feel very comfortable coming to you and asking you for advice and telling you, their current situation and what they're struggling with, and they want your input on it because they can really learn something from you. And with these two mother cards, you actually might be a mother you might have your own children, or you could just be a very maternal figure. Yeah, you give the best advice. Okay, we have a few other cards here. We have the Four of Autumn. Yeah, you are a hard worker and you work very hard for your money. Again, you are just such a good example on so many people. People just really look up to you, and you help a lot of the people that you surround yourself with. And you live a very stable life, and you also make sure to give back. You're very abundant, but you also give back. You get what you give. I feel like you donate either money or time. You spend a lot of time volunteering, maybe cooking for the homeless just popped into my mind, volunteering at a women's center or an animal shelter. I just feel like you really give back, and that really brings you some abundance. And there could be some jealousy too because of how abundant and open you are. Some people are just blind to some of life struggles that you've been going through. You've definitely felt loss in your life, but some people just ignore that and only focus on what good you have. You are very open and very abundant, and you're surrounded by people who want your input and advice, and that's hard for some people to wrap their minds around because they also want that. So there could be some jealousy and some energy vampires around you, so just be aware of that. Next, we have the Princess of Spring. Yeah, you are very artistic. Especially with the Mother of Cups here too, you are very artistic. You may actually be an artist or a painter. Maybe that's just a hobby, or you're trying to make it a career. Maybe you're a freelance artist, working a couple part-time jobs. Maybe you're going to school for it, for like fine art, contemporary art, something like that. Or maybe it's just a hobby, but I feel like you are very naturally creative, and you seem, people perceive you as very optimistic and energetic, and again, they want your advice, they want your input, and you have many different hobbies and interests, and you know a lot about many different subjects. Next, we have the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, you always have people around you, always have people coming up to you and talking to you and just wanting to be by you. You have such good energy surrounding you where you just attract so many people. And you are a great mentor and guide to others. So maybe actually being a mentor, if that's not something that you already do, would be very beneficial to not only to you, but to others as well. And if you are a mentor, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below. I would love to know that. And that's a great job, you know. Another message that just came through is that maybe you have gone through a spiritual awakening recently with this Hermit in reverse. And if you haven't, I feel like you are about to. I feel like whatever you have been going through recently, whatever loss you have faced, happened for a reason and is pulling you towards the spiritual awakening and is going to bring you all sorts of awareness. Yeah. Next we have surrender to the divine, full moon. Yeah, you're going to have a spiritual awakening. And your life might be a bit chaotic at the moment, but you still have, your life may be a bit chaotic. You know, you could have a full schedule, but you handle it with grace and I don't think you hold any grudges. You sort of forgive and forget, but you also don't let people take advantage of you. I feel like that's something that you used to let happen to you. You used to sort of get walked over. For those of you that you know, recent divorce with these two cards, maybe you recently just got out of a marriage or a toxic relationship, and now you have learned not to let anyone walk over you. So now you just forgive and you forget and you move on and you cut out that toxic energy. No one has any power over you anymore, and you can naturally manifest such abundance for yourself. You are a natural manifester, and you have the opportunity to be very abundant. And for those of you that did choose group number 1, I feel like you are on your way to finally getting what you've been trying to manifest. You know, you're about to get what you've been trying to manifest with the World card here. And yeah, people just really look up to you. And if you have mentored others, you have really helped others. I feel like maybe whether it's with a religious group, like I'm hearing Bible study, or a tutor for school, I just feel like you have really helped the youth around you. And you have very strong natural psychic abilities. And that is all that I'm getting for you, group number 1. So yeah, thank you for joining me for this reading. I hope that it resonated, and if it did and you liked this reading, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and a like. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and feel free to leave a comment down below if this did resonate, or if you have any video suggestions, any questions, comments, concerns, leave it down below. I love hearing from you guys, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Okay, this reading is for those of you that chose group number 2 with this little stone. I'll set that over here. We are going to be taking a deeper look into what impact and impressions you leave on others, and we're going to see what gifts you have and how you have potentially changed the lives of those around you. Now let's go ahead and get started with your reading. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords. Move that. We have the 6 of Swords. The 9 of Swords. Let me move this over here. 6 of Swords, 9 of Swords. The Ace of Swords, lots of swords energy, and the 9 of Wands. I'm gonna go ahead and put out a trigger warning for this group. There is some dark self-harm or suicidal tendencies that might be brought up with this group, especially with this Nine of Swords here. So if that makes you uncomfortable, I'm sorry. Maybe move on to another reading or try to pick another group. But let's jump right in with the Six of Swords here. I feel like you give people hope. You know, life has thrown so many obstacles your way, but you don't let that bother you. You don't let that stop you. You keep trekking forward. And for some of you, you might actually travel a lot. Or maybe you tend to run away from some of your problems for some of you. But I feel like for the most part, you surround yourself with joyful and supportive friends and family. With this Nine of Swords here, this is a very dark card. So again, take what resonates. Yeah, I feel like you've really been battling with yourself, battling with your shadow self. And for years, you've been struggling with this. And you may have even used to harm yourself or had suicidal tendencies. And that is so hard to deal with, but let me tell you, that is nothing to be ashamed of. And you are still here and you are still surviving, and people notice that. Your friends and your family and your loved ones are so proud of you, and they love you, and they are so happy that you are still here fighting, because mental illness is a real thing and it is a real struggle and is nothing to be ashamed of. And if you have harmed yourself in the past, your scars are a sign, a huge signal, a beacon of strength and progress and a dedication to yourself and your survival. You know, people look up to you and they love you because of how much you have fought for yourself, of how much you have fought to be here. And again, this won't resonate with everyone, but if it does, just know that you are not alone and you are surrounded by people that love you, and it does get easier. And maybe this is from a time in your past. I feel like it is for most of you. You know, I feel like you were stuck down here, but now you're making your way up towards the light. It's getting easier. And, you know, you can't give up on yourself because it gets better. And you have so many people that you are surrounded by, so many loved ones that care for you and want to help you heal from your past traumas, heal from yourself. And you also, with this card, may be an old soul, and you are very wise, if not naturally, from just learning from yourself and from your own experiences. You are very wise, and you may struggle with insomnia and night terrors with this card as well, but I feel like you need to pay attention to what your dreams show you. You should, you know, your dreams are there to tell you something. They're there to communicate something with you. So I feel like you would benefit immensely from keeping a dream journal, even if you just, not even a journal, if you just wake up in the middle of the night, turn to your phone real quick and write down your dream and your notes. Like, it doesn't have to be a full-on journal, but just really, really try for the next month or so to write down all your dreams and then look back and reflect and see what messages your subconscious has been trying to share with you. Next, we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you have healed from this dark past, or if not, you were on your way. You are on your way to, you are on a journey of healing, and you're on a journey of growth. And you've been through a lot. You have a lot of past trauma that you are healing through currently. And for some reason, I just feel like you have, this is so random, but I feel like you have good posture. I feel like you stand tall. I feel like now you currently stand tall with the confidence that you once lacked. And I feel like you realize you now realize how strong you are and how much you've been through and how much you have overcome. And yeah, again, keep track of your dreams. Keep a dream journal. Your night visions, your dreams are telling you something. I can't tell you that message. You're going to have to figure it out yourself. Definitely keep a dream journal. Next we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah. This is when your journey of healing and growing is coming to an end. You're making your way up these steps to a happy, full, and abundant life where you are confident and sure of yourself, and other people's opinions don't get you down, and you love your body just the way it is, and your personality, and I want to say frizzy hair. Maybe some of you, maybe some Leo energy. Maybe you've got some of that Leo hair. I'm getting like curly, frizzy, big hair. Accept that. Whether you have that type of hair or not, it's beautiful. You're beautiful the way you are, and you're on a journey to realize that. The journey to recover from the crap that you and others have pushed you through. And I feel like a lot of the trauma that you might have suffered through is from early childhood. Try to connect with your inner child. Yeah, you are becoming so confident and strong. You are just transforming from the beginning of over here. You are just transforming into yourself. 2020 is going to be a big year for you. For those of you that chose group number 2, 2020 is going to be your year. And again, you've come so far. So I feel like other people who are struggling, they look up to you as an example. You help people just by fighting for yourself, because mental illness is a really big struggle, especially in today's society and in today's youth. So people look up to you. I feel like for some of you, you may have scars, and you might be in your 20s, and I feel like someone younger than you, whether it's like a family member or just someone younger than you, sees your scars, or maybe just someone you don't even know. They see you in passing, they see your scars, and they see them fading, and they see you living your life, and they get inspired by you, and then they know, you are confirmation that it will be okay and that it gets better, and you are helping people without even communicating with them. Just being there is really helping others around you. Okay, let's move on. Okay, next we have High Priestess. Again, your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. You can manifest your reality through your dreams. And I feel like you are extremely spiritual and intuitive, and others see you as mysterious. You are the High Priestess. and you can write your own destiny through your dreams, through manifestation, and you do come off mysterious to others. Next we have ego, and this is number 15, which reduces down to a 6, and you also have the 6 of swords over here. So maybe 6 is a number you might see a lot. Look out for 6s, 666, 666. And let's get into this ego card. Yeah, I feel like your loved ones, I feel like your mother, if your mother or just a maternal figure is really enjoying watching you grow into yourself. And with this card too, I'm seeing that you might be placing too much importance into material things. So whether you were deprived, like again, we were talking about maybe connecting to your inner child, or maybe you were neglected as a child, maybe you were deprived of material things, and now that you are older, you are financially independent, you tend to hold material things to a higher standard than what they should be, maybe to an unhealthy level. And this is saying maybe let go of that, work through that. If that resonates with you, let me know in the comments down below. Next we have the 6 of spring. Yeah, you are very smart, and I feel like you might have some academic scholarships coming your way. Maybe you have gotten academic scholarships in the past. Maybe you are a current scholar or student. And I feel like with this sort of academic success, there will be some jealousy. People are always, like, some people are going to try to get in your way of success. And it's just another curveball that life is throwing at you, and you have to make sure to just focus on yourself and work hard. And if you believe in yourself, and if you believe in yourself, and if you are on the right path, then you will be successful, no matter how many people are jealous of you. Your life is what you make it. Okay, next we have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. So yeah, you are almost to the top of these steps. You are almost to your best self. You are gaining your confidence back. You are becoming who you were meant to be. You are on the correct path. And with this card too, I do see you leaving toxic situations. And let's see. And that is all I'm getting for those of you that chose group number 2. Okay. Well, I hope this reading resonated with you guys. If it did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and feel free to leave a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave it down below and I will get back to you guys. Thank you for joining me again, and let's move on to group number 3. Okay, this reading is for those of you that chose group number 3. We are going to be taking a deeper look into what impact and impressions you leave on others, plus some of your gifts and how you have changed the lives around you. Here is the stone. Let's just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this stone is. If anyone knows what this is called, please leave a comment down below and let me know, because I am not sure. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what stone that is. Okay, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Okay, we have the Son of Swords, the Emperor, the Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, people better stay out of your way. You are a person of action, not grace. You are pure determination, and people, to be honest, people are a little intimidated. People are intimidated by how hard you work and how successful you are. I feel like you accumulate a lot of wealth, and you don't give up. When you got your eye set on a goal or a prize, you don't give up until you get what you want. And for many of you that chose group number 3, I feel like you are well educated and you are just a force to be reckoned with. And you are so strong and you are independent and you are powerful, and you tend to prefer to work alone instead of in a group. You are very independent and you are just a go-getter, straight shooter. It's almost like you can only focus on one thing until you are successful at the one thing that you want. Next we have the Emperor. You are very protective. You are very decisive and stable in your life. You know exactly what you want. CEO vibes here. You are a boss and you are a leader, not a follower. And you are so good at your job that people want to work for you, and the people that you surround yourself with just want to make you proud. They want to share their successes and new ideas with you and get your opinions on them, and they want to make you proud. Next we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you are good with money, but at the same time you are pretty generous. I feel like some of you, if you've got money, I feel like you are generous with it, especially to those you love. Or if you want to impress someone, you might buy them an expensive gift. Or especially like with your love life, if you want to take someone out on a date, like you really want to treat them, you want to take them to the nicest restaurant, you want to order the most expensive thing, like you want to impress them and take care of them and be generous with your money with those that you love and care about and want to impress. Next we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you work alone rather than as part of a team, or at least that is how you like it. You would rather work alone and figure things out by yourself. And I feel like for many of you, you are an entrepreneur. You have your own business. Maybe you work with social media management, something like that, but you are your own boss and you are very disciplined. For some of you too, you might be an engineer or a designer and an architect. Let me know if you are. I would love to hear that. Maybe it is time to work on some team working skills, because I do feel like for some of you that chose group number 3, a business offer or a partnership may come to the table very soon. So something to think about. don't turn down every offer that you get right away either, because I feel like you might be getting an offer that could be very beneficial to you and could actually make you a lot of money. Okay, next we have the Eight of Autumn. Yeah, again, if you are offered something like a job offer, business offer, or a new partnership, do make sure to do your research. Maybe don't take the first offer. Yeah, do your research, because people notice how hard you work and they notice your craftsmanship and they want you on their team. They want to work with you. And just make sure that you don't get taken advantage of. But to be honest, I don't think you have to worry about that. People will try to take advantage of you, but like, you're such a sharpshooter, you know exactly what you want. Like, you can't be played. Like, you're not gonna let anyone take advantage of you like that. Like, but people will try. People will try. Yeah. So just be smart. Next we have the Princess of Winter. Yeah, you are assertive and you give objective feedback. So I feel like people come to you a lot professionally, because I feel like you are just so good at your job, and I feel like work sort of consumes your life right now. But I feel like you're really good at what you do, so people come to you and they want your feedback on their newest project or newest work endeavor, and you are very assertive and give very good and objective feedback. And for some of you too, you might actually be an indigo child. Okay, next we have Unity. Yeah, you do what's right. And you make sure to remain true to your principles. You are so well disciplined. And if you don't want to do something, you're not going to do it. You're going to do what you want. You're going to do what you think is right and what you think is best. And you're going to remain true to your principles. Yeah, your life is just work, work, work right now. And I feel like you are a really good teacher. And I feel like you have helped a lot of people out with their careers. You know, I feel like you would be a good teacher. Maybe you are a teacher. Let me know in the comments down below if you are. And you've helped a lot with your objectiveness. You are not biased. You're gonna tell it like it is. And people really appreciate that. Okay, next we have time to breathe out. Yeah, again, with this possible offer, job offer, partnership, whatever that might be coming into play soon, just take some time and weigh your options. You know, keep an open mind. Just take some time to yourself. Share your wisdom with others. Share your wisdom with someone, and maybe take up some mentoring. I feel like you could be very beneficial to today's youth. You are such a great example of what a hard worker is and what it means to work hard. And yeah, people are definitely intimidated by you because you are you go after what you want. Like, look at how determined this owl is. That's you. People don't want to get in your way. People don't want to get you mad. I feel like you have a short temper. and you are quite intimidating when you are ticked off. Which again, you're a boss, you're a CEO, like you're your own boss. No one can get in your way. Very strong individual, and that is all of the messages I'm getting for those of you that chose group number 3. I hope that this message did resonate. If it did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and a like, and subscribe to my channel, and feel free to leave any comments down below, any comments, questions, concerns. Let me know if anything in this reading resonated, and I love to hear from you guys. I love to respond, and again, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope I get to see you on my next one. Let's go ahead and move on to group number 4. Okay, this reading is going to be for those of you that chose group number 4. We are going to be taking a deeper look into what impact and impressions that you leave on others. We're going to be looking at some of your gifts and what you have done to change the lives of those around you. I'll set this stone over here, and let's go ahead and get started with your reading. Okay, we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. We have the Father of Wands in reverse. We have the 5 of Pentacles. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, right away, I am getting the message that your life has been on hold recently. And I feel like for those of you that chose group number 4, you have just been confused or unsure about what you want. You're not really sure what the future holds for you. And maybe you have been pushing people away, but I feel like you have a strong support system. You have a group of people who love you and want the best for you, and that you've been pushing them away recently because you feel stuck. I feel like you want to travel, and the people around you really notice how badly you want to get out of your current situation, where it's almost, it's stressing them out too. Because they want to help you, but they're not sure how. And with this Father of Wands, you are a naturally charismatic and creative person, but you may be feeling blocked recently. You can't express yourself how you used to or how you want to. You just can't find the words or the actions to express yourself how you should be. And again, the people around you want to help you. They want to help you get out of this funk that you're stuck in, but they just don't know how. And you need to work on breaking down the walls that you built yourself. And with this 5 of Pentacles, this is a card of hard times and struggling. You may be struggling from a form of illness. It could be you or someone in your family. You could have just lost your job, or you're unemployed. You could be struggling financially, or you could have been rejected. You could be heartbroken. So let me know in the comments if any of that resonated. But you are just really struggling right now, and the people around you want to help you, but they don't know how, because you are so blocked off from this heartbreak right now that they just don't know if they can reach you. And these are 3, these are some dark cards, but you see it gets better. It gets better. If you have been, especially if you've been struggling financially with this 10 of Pentacles, that is about to clear up. You will, if you've been looking for a job, or you will be getting, I see a job offer or an interview coming up. And for most of you that chose group number 4, I feel like you are on a journey of material and spiritual abundance right now. It is time to open yourself up and to let people in to help you. It's okay to need help, and they want to. They want to help you. You just have to let them. You have to open yourself up. Something about you, group number 4, something about you is so captivating and mysterious in a way that it just draws people in. So stop pushing them away. If you're so heartbroken, maybe you were caught up in sort of a love fantasy. Maybe you had a huge crush on this person and you were rejected. But with this card, if you were rejected in love, this card is showing that your person is out there. You are drawing them in, but you're just pushing them out. You're not opening yourself up to new opportunities in love, in work, in relationships, in family, and finance. You need to open yourself up and move on from this. It's time, because if you move on from this and you heal now, abundance is waiting for you at the end. So yeah, stop pushing people away. Okay, next we have the 10 of Summer in reverse. Yeah, you're heartbroken. And for some of you that chose group number 4, you could have recently gotten a divorce. And you could have recently gotten a divorce or gotten separated from the person who you thought you were going to be spending the rest of your life with. The one who you thought, was your soulmate. And I feel like it was kind of sudden for those of you that this message resonates with. And yeah, this card brings, especially in reverse, just an unhappy marriage. So you may be heartbroken now, but I feel like once you have taken the time to heal from this heartbreak, you will realize that you got out of a toxic and unhappy marriage, an unhappy situation. Maybe you have children and you're having, troubles, or you're worried about raising children with divorced or separated parents. But if it was toxic, this could open up so many opportunities and situations for your children. And it is hard, but you need to take the time to process, and then you need, to open up, get some help, maybe see a marriage counselor, a family counselor, confide in a close friend, and heal and move on and collect your abundance. Also with the 10 of Summer, you are just emotionally distraught right now. You're pushing everyone away because you're so emotionally distraught, and this isn't who you are. This isn't you. And the people around you, they know that this isn't you. They know that you're going through a tough time, that you are in a tough situation. So I feel like you might be feeling guilty because you have been pushing people away. And so you've been feeling guilty, and it's been kind of digging you into a bigger hole with the sadness and guilt and anxiety that you've been feeling. But the people around you, they understand. They understand you're going through a tough time, and they don't blame you. They don't judge you. they're kind of letting you process things and heal until you do finally come to them and open up. Next we have the Seven of Autumn. Yeah, it's slow but measurable progress that you're going through. You are going through progress, and there is a child here, so this definitely could relate to those of you that chose group number 4. You could be going through a tough split, and it could be just very complicated with children in the mix. But don't worry, and don't stress over nothing. I feel like it's time to focus on the positive, and I know sometimes that can just feel impossible, but maybe write down 5 good things that came out of one seemingly negative situation, and maybe it could really open your eyes for you. Will it matter in 5 weeks? Will it matter in 5 months, 5 years? If the answer is no, then it's time to move on and let go. If the answer is yes, then maybe that's how you know that it's time to get help. Next we have the 8 of Winter. Sorry, that glare. We have the 8 of Winter. This card is an illusion of being trapped. You are not trapped. You have been hurt, and I feel like you have gone through some intense betrayal. Someone you loved and care about has betrayed you. Maybe there is a third-party situation. It is time to take back your personal power. People may try to take advantage of you, but it's up to you whether or not you let them. Learn from your past situations. Learn from your betrayal. Take back your personal power. You are not stuck in this situation forever. Okay, then we have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Yeah, stop obsessing over a toxic situation. It's time to face your fears and move on. And the people around you, that's what they want. They want you to move on. They want you back. They miss you. They miss you. And with this 10 of Summer, again, they understand. They understand that you're going through a tough time and that you need to heal and you need to go through this process. You're pushing them away, but you need your family, you need your friends and your loved ones, you need your support system. You can't do it all on your own. It's okay to ask for help. And by asking for help, you'll be helping them too, because I feel like your family has been really worried about you. I'm getting like an older sister just like really stressing about you and your current situation. But group number 4, those are all the messages that I'm getting for you right now. I hope this video resonated with you, and if it did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and feel free to leave any questions, comments, or concerns down below. I love to hear from you guys, and if this video resonated or if you have other pick a card suggestions, please leave that in the comments as well. Thank you for joining me for this reading, and I hope to see you at the next one. Let's move on to group number 5. Okay, this reading is going to be for those of you that chose group number 5. We are going to be taking a deeper look into what impact and impressions that you leave on others. We are also going to be looking at some of your gifts and how you have changed the lives of those around you. Here's a close-up of the stone. Full focus. Yeah, very unique and beautiful. let's get into your reading, shall we? This will focus. There we go. Okay, we have the Daughter of Pentacles, the Daughter of Swords in reverse, very wise, but innocent. We have the Moon, and we have the Four of Swords. Okay, again, you are very wise, but you are still very innocent. And you might be young, you might be an old soul. You might be extremely wise and knowledgeable for your age. And people see you as very responsible, kind, and supportive. And you tend to stay more behind the scenes than the spotlight. You are quite shy, but you are extremely hardworking and responsible. People notice that you handle details and logistics very well in that, so they depend on you for that. And you carry vast amounts of inner strength, and you strive when you are in nature. Look at all the nature in these cards. You strive when in nature. And I feel like at night you are a night owl. We have the Daughter of Swords in reverse. You might be a Libra. You tend to sugarcoat things to avoid conflict. And I feel like you might struggle with OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. You might struggle with that. You might struggle with just letting go, letting loose, and just having fun. You might come off as sort of uptight maybe. But you just don't want to play games, you know. You're not into those childish games. You are wise beyond your years. Now with the Moon, I feel like you do have a sense of dark humor, and people tend to play off that really well. Or they just don't understand it. Maybe people just don't understand you, or maybe that's just how you feel. You feel misunderstood. If you chose group number 5, perhaps you can come off as sad sometimes. Sad and mysterious and anxious. But you are very beautiful. You are a beautiful soul. And I feel like you have a very fair and smooth complexion. You have very nice skin. And I'm hearing long nose. I feel like you might have light eyes, a fair complexion, and a long nose. So again, maybe you're an Aquarius. I feel like you have very vivid dreams, and astral projection comes naturally to you. So maybe keep a dream journal. You are just magnetic. People are drawn to you, and I don't think you really want the extra attention. I feel like you don't know how to handle compliments or affection very well because you're so shy, and you might be a little unsure of yourself. You might not know all of your gifts and how mesmerizing and beautiful and successful you are and can be. But although you may struggle with that, you come off as seeming just unfazed, or you're just stuck in your imagination. You're stuck in your imagination. You know, maybe you have a hard time separating imagination from reality. Yeah, and with this Four of Swords, you have a lot going on. I feel like you have a lot going on mentally. You've got a lot going through your head. It's time to take time to meditate and rest. Figure out what you want. You have a very powerful third eye. But I feel like it might be blocked right now for some of you. So maybe work on meditating and opening up that third eye. But you have a lot going on. You might come across as sort of scatterbrained or just withdrawn or disinterested, because you've got so much going on in your head. It's hard to focus on what's going on in front of you sometimes. Okay, next we have the Two of Summer. Again, you have such a vivid imagination. For some of you, there might be a love offer or engagement coming your way. I don't see you as the type of person to hold grudges. Some people might also notice that and try to take advantage of you. You could be coming off as slightly naive. But for some cases, because you're so wise, I feel like you might be aware when people try to take advantage of you, but you come off as naive because you just let them. Why do you do that? Ask yourself that. If that message came through and it resonated with you, ask yourself why you let people take advantage of you. It's almost like you come across as young and naive, but you are actually very wise and an old soul. Yeah, you don't hold grudges either. Next we have the Two of Spring in reverse. For some of you that chose group number 5, you might be struggling with your sexuality, or you might struggle with making strong and lasting friendships. There's some sort of internal struggle. I feel like for some of you that chose this group, this might not resonate with everyone. I feel like you might have fallen. You might have fallen for your best friend or a close friend or someone that you grew up with. You might have fallen for them. I feel like you might be struggling with your sexuality a bit. But the people around you, your family and your true friends, they have your back. You might think that it's super hard to make these good, long-lasting, strong connections, but the connections that you do have are solid. They're not going anywhere. And I feel like you are just sort of a beacon for some people. You're a bright light. You're very artistic. Next we have the King of Winter. Again, you may come off as withdrawn and distant, especially around new people. You might actually be a teacher or currently going to school to teach. You might be a student too. For some of you, I feel like you're actually still in high school. I'm just getting the message you don't trust the government, or maybe you just, there's something with the government. Maybe you want to go into politics. Maybe you want to change something political. Change is good though. You might be a conspiracist too. You might be really into conspiracy theories. But just in general, I feel like you have a lot of trust issues. And you see, they're all alone. They're all alone. I feel like the people that don't know you sort of judge you too harshly and kind of name you as a loner. But that's not who you really are. You know, you have these good, solid foundations in your life. You have strong friendships and relationships in your life. So cling on to those. Cling on to those. Okay, next we have your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. I feel like you are threatened easily. And when you are threatened, you respond by coming off as sort of controlling. You like to be in control of the situation. And earlier I mentioned, you know, with this you might struggle with some OCD, and I feel like that goes hand in hand with this card. You might want to work on identifying your triggers, because you can't be in control of everything all the time. But you are very disciplined, and you are very good at studying. And again, teaching. Maybe you should go into teaching. You'd be a good teacher. Maybe you tutor students, or maybe you tutor your classmates. I feel like you also are a bit of a bookworm. You love fantasy, and you love just kind of escaping reality into books. I also see it could be beneficial for you to tutor other students or your classmates if you are in school or if you are a teacher. Yeah, you should definitely work on opening up your third eye chakra. And with this moon card, I feel like you are just very connected with nature, and you're very connected with darkness in a way. You know, you have a dark sense of humor. You have sort of a dark mind. I feel like you are also just very connected with the moon and the stars. Okay, group number 5. That is all the messages I am getting for you right now. If this reading did resonate with you, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post pick a card readings throughout the week, every week, and feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns down below. I love to hear from you guys, and if you have any pick a card suggestions, video suggestions, or if this did resonate, please leave that in the comments down below too. And again, thank you for joining me for this reading. I hope to see you back, and again, just thank you for joining me for this reading.